of Gothenburg, Sweden. My name's Christy. I'm a professional dancer and singer on cruise ships, and I'm super excited to take you along on these next few days. We have 2 Swedish ports and 1 French coming up. We have Gothenburg today, followed by Stockholm, lastly ending with La Rochelle, France. And I'm so excited to explore these places. I've heard nothing but wonderful things. I'm gonna go get dressed and I'll see you in Gothenburg.
We started out our morning in Gothenburg on a mission to get some food from Joe and the Juice.
Jace got a avo tunacado, something like that. Looks yummy. And then here's our drinks from Joe's. This one is not cute. This one's very good. The botanical gardens. Let's go see the pretty palm house.
Behind me is the beautiful palm house. It's even more stunning in person. And then directly to my left is the most stunning pink flower garden. I feel like it has my name written all over it. Every second here was absolutely dreamy. The Gothenburg Botanical Gardens are home to over 16,000 different plant species, and I so wished I had brought a picnic lunch because there were so many locals out and about and enjoying these beautiful views. Today was such a beautiful day in nature, but unfortunately I had some rehearsals, so before I knew it, it was time to get back on board the ship. Good morning from Stockholm, Sweden. We are doing a shore excursion today and we are enjoying some time on our own right now. We just had some lunch at a cute little Italian restaurant local to one of the squares, and now we're just walking around and exploring. We had lunch right across from the Nobel Peace Prize Museum because Sweden is the host of the Nobel Peace Prize. Stockholm is definitely the crown jewel of Sweden. It is the center of everything and the main hub for culture, media, and politics. I absolutely adored seeing the Stockholm Palace. My eyes are definitely being open to monarchies other than just the British royal family. It's so interesting investigating all these different monarchies. Currently, Sweden has a king and there is a princess in line of succession. We had the opportunity to visit the Vasa Museum, which we actually wound up not doing, but the history of the Vasa is so fascinating. It was a warship built in the 1600s, and the king was really excited to get it out into battle and kind of rushed the whole job. So the Vasa actually sunk only 1,300 meters into her maiden voyage, and she fell into obscurity. She sunk all the way to the bottom of, I'm not sure if it's an ocean or river where she sank, but she sank and was forgotten until they were able to salvage her, and because of the salinity of the water, it was completely intact. So the entire ship is on display at the Vasa Museum. The city of Stockholm is rapidly growing, and for good reason. It is a hub of tech and finance and trade, so there's so many people coming to the city every single day, and I can see why. It was an absolute delight, and the Swedish people were so kind and welcoming. I had such a fantastic time visiting, and this is definitely on the list of returners for me. I would love to come back here and spend maybe a little bit more time here. But for now, it is another 2-show night for me, so I hustled back to the ship to get ready for my 2 shows. And it was rainy and so cloudy outside, so once shows were over, I was able to really enjoy that cozy weather. It got really rocky there at some point. Good morning from La Rochelle, France. I guess I should say bonjour. This is our only stop in France this entire contract, and I have been practicing my French by watching lots of French TV shows. So You could say that I'm really prepared for this one singular port. I am so excited to be here. We just stopped at the cutest little cafe and I had to get a croissant, and I will be having that in a moment, and we're just getting out and exploring.
La Rochelle is the 6th most popular trading port in France, and it is so rich with history. It's neighbors with Bordeaux. You think of Bordeaux wine for sure. It was occupied by the Romans way back in the day, and they were the ones who started in on that whole wine journey. I am a huge fan of National Treasure, and thus so fascinated by the Knights Templar. They had a really strong presence in La Rochelle. That was basically their home base, where they maintained a huge fleet, and they acted as intermediaries in trade between England and the Mediterranean. There is a conspiracy theory that they fled La Rochelle with 18 ships full of knights and riches to escape imprisonment.
All right, this is the moment of truth. A French croissant. Cheers. It's perfect. Light and fluffy and amazing.
The history of La Rochelle is definitely worth investigating. I had so much fun looking it all up. Because of its proximity to the ocean, La Rochelle is the site of so many battles, wars, sieges. It was just too many to count, so definitely look it up if you have the time.
So I didn't wear a beret in France because everyone said that a beret in France was cringe, but honestly now I'm regretting it. I should have brought my beret and been a little cringe in France. The sweetest little market. This is definitely giving the energy of the Beauty and the Beast town. I want to break out into song just like Belle.
Hi, bonjour. Hi. You're very sweet. We stumbled upon this super charming Parisian cafe, and I got my cappuccino, and Jason and I just got to hang out and soak in those wonderful Parisian vibes. I tried to order in French, but when my server asked me more questions about my order, I could not answer him, but it was a win for me because I think for a moment he thought I might perhaps be French. Thank you so much for joining me on these past few days. If you're enjoying my content, feel free to like and subscribe. We have a lot more coming up, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!